still going into central defence. Still with that four-man back line.
It appeared, Roshan, that they were struggling. Fakhruddin was struggling, wasn't he, with the pace. 32-year-old veteran defender will seem to be struggling with the pace, particularly of Bodin Pala on that left-hand side for Thailand.
I mean, if that was the case, it's an interesting one, because I don't think Elkan Bagat is that pacey as well. So you've now got two young central defenders in there, Rizky and Elkan Bagat. You've taken out experience in Fakhruddin. You've added a bit more experience in midfield in Evan Dimas.
Forward by Asnawi. It looks like they are certainly trying to be a bit more aggressive if they can. Kadik Agung just muscled off the ball far too easily. Elkan Bagat came in from Ipswich under-23s, another one they're pinning a lot of hopes on. Scored a goal on his return against Malaysia.
It's quite interesting the way he's been used by Indonesia, isn't it? I mean,
second half impact.
What they needed to adjust was the left back position as Alfiandra, which they've dropped into their part of the pitch.
Here's Tirasin Dunga, plenty of Thai attackers. Look at that overlapping run on the left-hand side.
With a high starting position there for Thailand again. Applying their pressure on the short goal kicks out.
So Fakhruddin Arianto replaced by Elkan Bagat. Fabriansha, the left back, of course, he came in today for the suspended Pratama Arhan, had replaced by Evan Dimas, and Rahmat Irianto is the other one who has left the pitch. Evan Dimas replaces him. Well worth a shot, why not? Bodin Pala, kept alive here by Poklanan. Chanatip, out across the Bodin. Ball in, but it's headed away by Rizky.
A brave header away.
Little switch, isn't it, to have him now at left wing back.
Well, that's right.
Fernando Devanga.
And in the first half, Thailand got quite a bit of joy down their right-hand side, Indonesia's left. Looks like it was something that they needed to address just at half-time. Decided to go with that switch.
Witan Sulaiman, quick ball in. You can see what he was attempting to do, the Didik. That's solid, isn't it, from the makeshift centre-back today. Wirata up the other end. Here comes Superchok. Is steaming in. Cuts inside Elkan Bagat. Still Superchok. He goes back to Chanatip. Goal number 2! In the semi-final first leg, and now here in the final first leg. Maybe he had a chance for a hat-trick against Vietnam. And his penalty right down the middle was very easily saved. And now a lot of work to do for the Indonesians. We were speculating, weren't we, before half-time, how they would approach the second half. Perhaps they learnt from that previous game against Vietnam, and they've come out guns.
Still plenty of time for that to change.
Turson looking, of course, to extend his lead at the top of the all-time scorers charts. Here is Superchok. Oh, that's not that far away, is it?
At the moment in Vietnam. It's in complete control, Thailand. There is Bodin Pala, and without many of their regulars. So impressive. And more to come from this side. Good Sada. They've also been stung, Roshan. I think you and I have talked about this throughout the tournament. They've been stung a little bit by the criticism. They had a poor World Cup campaign by their high standards. Yeah, being bundled out early on, not even finishing third in that World Cup qualifying group in round 2. There was a mini Suzuki Cup in there, and the likes of Indonesia took points off them. Malaysia, Vietnam, of course. And they were stung by that one. That hurt, didn't it? You know, there's been a bit of talk about how that spark it's just seemed to have gone out a little bit since Ketesok Zico left his post. And I'll come back to it. Here's now boos from the crowd from this game, and perhaps from the last one as well. Oh, that's a delightful ball, isn't it? Out to Superchok. Here he is, Chanatip. Another long-range effort, perhaps. Well, they're all taking their turns, aren't they, at the moment? Tirasin now. They're peppering this goal. Every time Superchok gets on the ball, he's creating danger. All sorts of issues Follow.
Poking coming in.
We'll come back to that. Here is Irfan Jai. He's offside though. Briefly.
To sort of just try and either bend his run or just drop off a little bit to try and keep himself onside. Kambuaya, I think, has been Indonesia's best player, and for Thailand, it's been Super Chok. I know the temptation will be to give the man of the match to Chanatip. His 2 goals, which were really good finishes, but I think Super Chok has been that real driving force, that creative element for Thailand.
Well, he's certainly in contention, isn't he, Chanatip, for MVP? To regain the crown that he lost. He didn't play, of course, in the last edition. Well, that needed to be a better ball from Alfredo Devanga. An opportunity for if he could come off. And Polking was saying, just give me a few more minutes. Suwarak has had very, very little to do in this game. Now, they've just got to stay in this, don't they?
Yeah.
It's almost damage limitation now. Just keep it at 2 if they can. Maybe get a goal back, but at least certainly not conceding a third.
Exactly that. I mean, we touched on this, I think, in the first half about not letting the game run away from you. There's a real danger here that it could, ahead of the second leg. And because you know there's still another game to go. And look, there's still time for Indonesia to turn this around, but it's been difficult for them to really get into the game.
Alfreandra, yeah. And look, he has had an excellent tournament, hasn't he, Alfreandra?
That's right.
That's not his job, is not to put the goals in, but of course he was still in that great position, but he has been superb for them.
And a lot of these players have been great. A lot of them have been. You know, I
won't add to his. Kituat to be replaced by Titipan. Much like-for-like changes then.
And they've really managed the workloads of the players very well, Thailand. And it's easy to do that when you've got such a wonderful squad, but also having that faith in the squad to deliver. Despite the changes that you've made, the players will repay that faith that you've put in them.
There's Evan Dimas, no longer able to command an automatic starting place in this 11 with Shin Tae-yong.
That was a really good turn from Asnawi that earlier. Drop of the shoulder, get rid of Kitipan on the press and then turn away.
Superchai, another one that has impressed in previous editions of the AFF Suzuki Cup. Here's a chance for Irfan! Another opportunity. Look for this man here, Egy Maulana. So much speculation as to when he would be playing in this tournament. He came on against Singapore in the second leg of that semi-final, and he'll get a bit more time here today. He's in Slovakia with Senica. He is often regarded as the great big hope of Indonesian football, the 21-year-old. Maybe just give the team about half an hour or so, if you include some added time here for Indonesia in this first leg to try and get something out of this if they can. Elkan Baggett. Out wide to his left wing back, Alfredo Devanga. There's Witten Sulaiman. Still going here. And that's easy for Suwarak.
He's found it very difficult to get involved in the game with Tan Sulaiman, and it's a credit to Thailand. They've got 10 players around him every time he's gotten on the ball. And there he was able to just wriggle away, got a bit fortunate with that. Couldn't quite find the final pass into one of his runners in the box.
Baggett brought down play continues. Devanga. There's Asnawi. Now Egy Maulana. Lovely return ball. Here's Asnawi. Little moments here, flashes for Indonesia. Irfan. Kadek Agung. Still Kadek Agung. Trying to weave his way through Witan Sulaiman. And now look at this, super chop. Guys like him and Chanatip will often...
Yeah, we'll draw challenges, we'll draw these fouls. And you have to be brave. You know, players like that, they take on the responsibility to want to make things happen with the ball. The hits will come. But also I think we see with Chanatip, especially at this level, and the knowledge and the experience that he has now of how to use his body and how to protect himself, you know, from challenges like that. You know, he sees it coming almost, and you know, he knows sort of the steps that he needs to take in terms of how he positions himself, how he perhaps avoids a tackle.
Here's Chanatip, quick ball into Supachai. Now Roller. Look at that, just at will, and that is an excellent goal.
But team goals from Thailand have been outstanding.
So good to watch. Super Chok does the business one way or the other for his country. He's been magnificent tonight. And Roshan had earlier mentioned about not letting this game run away from the Indonesians. Dare we ask the question, is this tie over? Is this final done and dusted? 3 goals up. Of course, Indonesia are going to give it everything they can. It's an uphill struggle now, Roshan. Here is Tristan Doe. What do they do from here? How? And yet, we were just saying a couple minutes before that, they were just starting perhaps to finally gain some attacking momentum.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, you obviously would have set your side up, and there are things when you look at this and I say, yeah, they were too open, lines weren't compact enough. But you need to take into account the quality of the opposition that they're up against as well. I mean, look at the way Thailand are moving. It's give and go, off the ball runs. Players with technical brilliance, but also that tactical understanding. Oh. Finishing, I mean, lots of things have been, you've seen that gulf in class and between Thailand and Indonesia. The overall play in possession, the defensive work, and then the most important thing, the finishing.
Well done, thwarted there by Kritsada.
And Indonesia with 3 shots, 2 of those you would say were great opportunities. You think back to Alfeandra and then Irfan Jaya in the second half, meeting that pass in behind from Ricky Kambuaya.
Those were the high-quality opportunities that you talk about.
High-quality opportunities, big chances for them to have gotten themselves something from this game, even though they haven't really been in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they have been second best throughout, and yet they had those 2 chances. Those are the kind of chances you've got to take in a match like this. You're missing so little of the ball. And there's 20 minutes here for Thailand to play out, see if they can kill it off even more if they can. Here's Chanatip. Finds a roller. And they'll get the corner. Doesn't get past the first man. Looked like it had gone out of play anyway from Bordin Pala. Umakek has had some very, very good moments. Blistering pace for the 19-year-old from Persipura Jayapura. 9 caps to his name now. Let's see if he can do anything. That's right, on Titipan. Here's Bordin Pala. They're going to make a goalkeeping change, Russia and Thailand.
Just showing off now.
That's, well, long time. And listen to the reception. Sirak done brilliantly.
Yeah.
In about the 1.5 matches he's played in.
To me, another goalkeeping legend. One goalkeeping legend replacing another. Sirak. I mean, they're so blessed in that position.
Listen to that. to rest Chanatip now, and Warachit will come on.
You know, you often hear of disagreements between club managers and international managers, right, for overuse of players. I don't think there's any club manager out there that can be unhappy with the way Mano Polking has managed the workload of his players.
Yeah, he's been so good. I mean, there was the game against maybe 2 or 3 changes, but not to this extent. And they've fitted seamlessly.
Just a bit of a nudge from Dedik on Kritsada. And what was was fascinating to see, just right there, Mano Polking 3-0 up.
Yeah, still.
They missed opportunity, perhaps. He's still so upset, saying this should have been the ball to play, not the other one.
Yeah, he has certainly confounded some of the critics who may not have been too happy with his signing. And cross there from Rolla. Here's Tristan Doe, giving that away to Ramai. Here's Kritsada. Waiting for some support there, Borden Pala. There's a touch of a training match at times here. Cohen, who we talked of, was such a big presence in the side. Only 31, it does feel like he has been around for so long. His 68th cap today. So Warachit, there's no foul. And is there going to be a booking yet?
I mean, there's absolutely no contact in that situation.
Yeah.
So it's a clear dive. It's obviously attempting to cheat for trying to stay on the feet.
Absolutely.
But in a situation like that, I mean, that's not something we want to encourage or we want to see at all.
Here's Warachit, who has come on for Chanatip. A corner here for Thailand. Warachit wins it. He's just 24 years of age, winning his 6th. Gone short here to Borden Pala. Tristan, he misses the ball. Potential now, and he is taken out, Didik, and he. There's Risky. Haven't seen too much of Egu.
Get a goal back perhaps before half-time. Before effectively half-time of this entire tie. Got another 90 minutes to go. All right. Let's give them a little boost. Powerful header away by Superchai. Got enough on the ball. So much in the Indonesian media today in the last few days. Talking about trying to break that jinx, but not winning. Also, at the same time, trying to temper expectations. I think it's been the manner in which they have approached this tournament as youthful exuberance, have scored for fun. I think they were the header, not a great one. Superchai. Apoko. Warachit is trying to play in Superchai. Warachit. Borden Pala! Oh, another fantastic goal for Thailand!
He's still, now, what you didn't see, he's still telling the referee, he's got the ball, referee.
Yeah, he's still looking for the decision, still wants his team to keep going.
Feels, Roshan, like he's kind of brought the joy back into Thai football, hasn't he?
They look so good. They look so good. The fluidity of the play, the cohesion in the team, the understanding between the players. Oh, Shin Tae-yong. Yeah, contrast to Shin Tae-yong.
But he's done a fantastic job as well.
He has. And yes, Indonesia have been outclassed. But they still had a really good campaign. They've had a really good competition. And I think at times we tend to as a society, say, oh, it's gone to the final, but they failed to win. So you regard the whole campaign as a failure. I don't think it should be regarded as that at all. I mean, they're one of the two best sides in the competition. And this is a young team that, remember, coming into this campaign, no one was really sort of giving them much of a chance of reaching this stage.
Yeah.
No one was giving them much of a chance of winning their group.
Well, here they come again. That's Titipan straight at the goalkeeper. They've won it back again. Oh, more goals than this. Gordon, super chop, Titipan, Waratics. What a little turn there from Titipan. They are enjoying themselves, Roshan.
I don't think they've had an easier final. But it's because they've made it look easy with how hard they've worked.
Well, there was Dimas. Good run from him. Put away by Tristan Doe.
I think that epitomizes the work ethic in this team. Tristan Doe tracking all the way back, and he couldn't put in a lazy challenge already on that yellow card. He had to make sure he got that one right.
Here's Titipan. They've played in 3 previous finals, these two sides. It looks like at the moment it's final number 4, straightforward for Nadeo. 2016, remember that Indonesia had actually won the first leg 2-1. Indonesia then went on to win the second leg 2-0. Last 9 matches, 6 wins for Thailand, just 2 for Indonesia. Asnawi, that's a good ball, did accept it one. Bounces that wide.
Tournament. Trying to tip some trust in.
Got to be another contender for MVP.
Probably decided by now.
Here's Rolla. Still going strong. Good work there from Alfeandra, but Yoni gets it as far as Buckler. You just saw as well. He was a little annoyed about that. Alexander Polking. Alexander Polking has been a very lively customer inside his technical area. We're into the final minute of this first leg. Like an offside position.
Listen, Chanathip might be MVP, but Super Chop is my man of the match, and I will actually be upset if he doesn't get it at the end.
You were a little bit upset in the last semi-final when Shadan Sulaiman didn't get man of the match. But sorry, when Hassan Sani didn't get man of the match.
Hassan Sani didn't get it. Yeah. I think because he got sent off, right? So.
Yeah. Let's see if you get that call right today, Roshan. We'll see. Dedek Setiawan, Egi Maulana. Oh, lovely work there from Tristan Doe. Now just playing out these final few minutes. There's the touches. It is all Thai players.
Yeah. I mean, we're at that, you understand why his number of touches have gone up. You also understand why there's so many touches on the ball for Thailand. They've dominated possession, they've dominated the ball. They moved it around the pitch. In supreme form.
Just listen to that crowd. The Olays have started. Why not? The celebrations already beginning here in Singapore. Can only imagine what it's like in Thailand at the moment. They will feel that the title is theirs to lose now with such an emphatic lead. Here's Wadachit. They want more. Poklor. Mario comes out quickly.
Yes.
Get that from them.
I mean, I know we're here to try and big it up, and I mean, but even this is going to be a bit of a